Tomorrow is a milestone. I can scarcely believe it's already here. It's been a year since the release of Ocean Eyes, and here I am sitting at my kitchen counter island thingy, unable to describe what a marvelous ride the past 12 months has been. I have no words to illustrate the colorful swirl of memories that flash before my eyes, but the grin plastered across my face probably paints a pretty obvious picture. I haven't been able to stop smiling since the day it began. When I was 14 years old, my uncle was gracious enough to loan me his guitar. An old acoustic he bought back in 1969. He taught me a handful of basic chords, told me to wipe down the strings after playing, and let me have at it. It was like a dream come true. I thought about it all day, raced home from school, hurled my books across the room, forgot all about my gnarly math homework and played until my fingers hurt. I pounded the same 3-chord progressions out relentlessly. I bought a guitar tuner, learned a bunch of MXPX songs, and eventually started coming up with little riffs of my own. My parents could barely drag me away from that guitar. I was no concert musician, but I was learning little by little and I couldn't get enough of that feeling, whatever it was, that by playing a device made of wooden wires could make me feel so alive. How was it possible? I had no idea, but the more I strummed, the more I fell in love. My uncle would loan me this very guitar 14 years after this photo was taken. Little did I know it would be the same guitar I would eventually write and record an airplane carried me to bed with. Uncle Russ and I, circa 1986. That was how music found me. Growing up, I never had an innate sense of what it was I wanted to do with my life. Nothing jumped out and bit me on the nose like it apparently does a lot of people, so I coasted along from one thing to the next. I was a quiet kid, never very popular, worked a job I hated, tried my hand at sports but didn't get very far, got voted one of 6 most unique style in the high school yearbook, but that was about it. It's easy to say I enjoyed listening more than speaking, but I enjoyed imagining far more than anything. I gave up skateboarding, mowed lawns one summer, bought a guitar of my own, and that was when it all clicked. I suddenly knew I wanted to write, to create, to imagine, and to dream via music. And I knew it without even thinking. I never expected it. I never planned on it. It just happened. I graduated high school and got a full-time job building industrial dehumidifiers. It was intense. To savor what little time I had between work weeks, I wrote and recorded 12 songs. To make a long and faded story relatively short, this is what became of it. Looking back, I can't even put into words how surreal it is to finally have the opportunity to haul these dusty old songs up from the basement and out into the sunlight. I never imagined they'd become anything other than lost and forgotten. But here they are, and they're all yours if you care to listen. All this to say, I consider it an immense privilege to have the chance to share the way I see the world with you. Allow me to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for your willingness to listen. I have nothing but gratitude and endless praise to God for the blessings I've been given along the way. There are a lot of songs out there waiting to be caught and written down. A lot of melodies waiting to be recorded and printed to audio. A lot of avenues, directions, genres, collaborations, even whole projects dying to be explored and experimented with. To quote a classic Tom Hanks line, "Who knows what the tide could bring?" I honestly have no idea. But regardless, the future is bright, and by all means, it's exciting. I'm full of giddy anticipation just thinking about it. My name is Adam Young. Music is a large part of who I am, but ultimately, it's merely what I do. I am a moonlighter.